13 News Now reporter Jacqueline Lee has been at the polls all day. Jacqueline, not much of a turnout.
No, not really, Regina. So every time we've talked with voters who walked out, they told us that there weren't a lot of people casting their ballots inside. And it turns out low voter turnout in local elections is actually pretty typical. When Nadine Smith cast her vote today,
there was one other person there. Sad, huh?
She noticed there weren't a lot of ballots being checked. 18-year-old Brady Sullivan noticed too.
It's kind of disappointing. I'd like to see more people come out.
Turnout in local elections is always a bit lackluster. On average, only about 12 to 14% of registered voters in Chesapeake actually make it out to local election polls.
It's historically been that way. It's always kind of fallen behind federal level and state level.
ODU Assistant Professor Benjamin Molesky said a lot of people don't view local elections as important.
For most part, it's just another election in the middle of the year when people are busy and the weather's turning nicer, they want to get outside. Now you're asking them to come vote.
Typically, there's higher voter participation in November. So I spoke with Heath Covey from the city of Chesapeake, asking why they don't hold all elections in November.
The simple answer to why we do elections in May is because we always have.
While he said low voter turnout is concerning, nothing is changing as far as the date of local elections, though he did highlight how important they are.
The people that are running today are the people who are making the laws and the regulations and the ordinances that affect your lives more directly.
A sentiment this voter says he knows all too well.
There's a lot of people who gave their all for us to vote. That's the very least I can do, is to come and vote.
So if you live in Chesapeake and you saw that and you're thinking, I want to vote, I want to increase the voter turnout numbers, you still have time. The polls close at 7. Live in Chesapeake, Jacqueline Lee, 13 News Now.
Voters in Newport News will decide if Mayor McKinley Price will keep his seat. 13 News Now at McIntosh Elementary School as voters cast their ballots today. Price faces 3 challengers. Councilman Marcellus Harris, Dominic Green, and Santil Creekmore are all fighting to be mayor of Newport News.